Good evening and welcome to the Seneca Scout. Tonight, as always, we will bring you an array of stories starting with some top international news and ending within the district. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Liz.
And tonight we started in Libya. In the North African country of Libya, exploited migrants and refugees are being sold as slaves. Refugee and migrant groups have been claiming this was happening for a while, but it wasn't confirmed until CNN released a report with a man being sold at an auction. This is happening in Libya because it is a major stepping point on the journey through the Mediterranean Sea to Europe. According to the report, refugee smugglers promise to transport people across the sea. In exchange, they become their slaves for an indefinite amount of time, and they are put in detention camps where the conditions are far less than humane. In response to this report, leaders in Libya, Germany, France, Niger, and Chad have agreed on an evacuation attempt to rescue the thousands of people held in Libyan detention camps.
On Sunday, CVS announced a merger with Aetna for $69 billion. The deal, expected to be executed halfway through the next year, is one of the biggest deals of the year between two companies. CVS, a pharmaceutical company, and Aetna, an insurance provider, are two of the largest names in the healthcare industry. The deal could bring about big changes in the healthcare industry. The merger may allow for better service for customers with their insurance and pharmacy provider in one place. Some experts are concerned about the potential to create too big of a company, as this deal would move CVS and Aetna closer to being a vertically integrated business. However, the companies have said they are not concerned about a block from the Federal Trade Commission. The merger also provides competition to other pharmaceutical companies and Amazon, who is said to be looking into their own distribution system for medicine.
On Monday, December 4th, President Trump announced that he would reduce the size of two Utah national monuments, the Bears Ears National Monument, along with the Grand Staircase Escalante. President Obama appointed Bears Ears a monument last year, 2016, and Grand Staircase Escalante was designated by Bill Clinton in 1996. These landmarkers are able to be appointed by the Antiquities Act, which allows general protection for any kind of cultural or natural resource or land. President Trump reduced Bears Ears by 85% and nearly halved Grand Staircase Escalante. NRDC, the National Resources Defense Council, is suing the Trump administration over the changing of the borders of these national monuments being illegal. The change opens up these lands to public access, private interests, and destructive elements like drilling, commercial fishing, and logging, according to the NRDC. Next, we head over to James for the Raider Recap.
Thanks, guys. We're going to start this Raider Recap with your own Seneca Valley Raiders varsity hockey team. The Seneca Valley Raiders fell 2-1 in overtime against Bethel Park, the only goal coming from Tyler Draper. It was unassisted. And now we'll move over to professional sports. The Pittsburgh Penguins fell 4-3 against the New York Rangers, goals coming from Phil Kessel, Patrick Hornquist, and Connor Sherry. And lastly, the Pittsburgh Steelers, with a 23-20 win over the Cincinnati Bengals. That's all for this week on the Raider Recap. Check back next week for more sports. Now back to Liz and Sarah.
Thanks, James, for the local sports updates. Now let's move to the wildfires that are consuming Southern California. Over 100,000 people have been evacuated from Southern California as the Thomas wildfire continues to venture through. The wildfire began Monday evening and has been burned thousands of acres on its way to the ocean. As of early Thursday, Thomas has been detected to be only 5% contained and much more potential for large fire growth. The fire has now reached Los Angeles and is only predicted to cause more destruction and fuel new fires as the weekend approaches.
On Monday morning, two women chained themselves to a revolving door outside of Senator Pat Toomey's Pittsburgh office. The demonstration was in response to the Senate tax bill that passed last Saturday. In recent weeks, tax plans that were passed in both the House of Representatives and the Senate have caused heated debate on both ends of the political spectrum. Toomey, a Republican, supported the controversial bill in its initial stages and in its passage. Toomey's office is housed in the downtown Grant building. The police arrived around 8:30 the same morning, and after discussion, the two protesters agreed to unchain themselves. The women were not protesting to represent any specific group.
Well, it's officially the holiday season, and Harmony definitely has a tradition of being a destination for those looking for antiques and handmade goods. Let's check in with Nick Schuster at his neighbor's antique and restoration store in the area.
On Camp Run Road, off of Route 19 in Harmony, Pennsylvania, we will take you to a place of wonder and excitement. Schrodinger Restoration has been restoring antique furniture and products for 40 years. I will now interview Ken Schrodinger, the owner and the man behind this interesting profession.
I'm Ken Schrodinger. I've been restoring antique furniture and building furniture since I was about 13. I started cutting grass for an antique dealer, and that's how I got into it. And I always enjoyed woodworking. Went to school for woodworking, also metalwork. Is just different materials you work with, but same ideas. And it's very rewarding, the befores and afters. And you learn every day, you learn something new. I think I saw a premium come in the next day, and you say, wow, I've never seen this before. This is, really unique. So there are like things out there that you are constantly learning, and that's what's fun about it.
Now we will take a look at one of Ken's personal projects, one that he truly enjoys.
This is a family tree of Abraham Ziegler descendants. And Abraham Ziegler came here from Lehigh Valley in 1815 and bought 7,000 acres in the town of Harmony from the Harmonists. And this is where the Ziegler tree started. As you can see, these are all generations coming around. Now, and there's a copy of this at, actually the original one, at the Harmony Museum. The customer and I were talking about framing this. We thought, wouldn't it be nice to have something that Abraham Ziegler would have made in his workshop that represented him and also had the family tree in it. So that's what we're doing. Same color, just we want it to look just like it should, just like it came out of his workshop back in 1815, 1820. And he lived to be, I believe, 63 years old. He was the start of the Zieglers, and then the whole Ziegler tree, and there are quite a few of them in Harmony, and that still stayed in this area. And it's just kind of a neat project. I just wanted to finish that, and thank you all for watching, and tune in again.
Wow, it looks like there's some great finds in that antique shop. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it looked fantastic. More manufacturing and electronics jobs are going to be coming to the Pittsburgh area thanks to an expansion of Intervala. Intervala is a high-tech electronics and manufacturing company that has been operating in the Keystone Commons area since 1996. They work to provide intelligent solutions for companies in the industrial, medical, and transportation industries, making products such as hospital monitors, rapid transit control stations. Scott Gustafson, Intervala's chief operating officer, says that since 2016 they've added about 70 employees and plan to increase that number with the expansion. This is good news for Turtle Creek as the economy in that area has been suffering over the past few decades. RIDC President Donald Smith says that with companies like Intervala, the economy in that area can be brought back to what it used to be. To end the show, we head back into the district with one of the chorus concerts that has kicked off the holiday season.
On Tuesday, December 5th, the Seneca Valley Middle School Choir in their annual winter concert under the direction of Miss Claire Barker. The concert consisted of 4 7th grade songs, 4 8th grade songs, and 2 combined choir songs. The large choirs were made up of nearly 200 students in each grade. According to Mrs. Barker, the students sung right up until the last week before the concert after spending time since September learning their parts. Some of their popular songs sung by the choirs were We Wish You a Merry Christmas by the 7th grade, What Christmas Means to Me by the 8th graders, and Winter Wonderland of Snow sung by both choirs as their finale. To expose the students of all forms of music and to keep the concert lively, Ms. Barker said she chooses at least 1 folk song and 1 foreign language song, along with some songs sung at different tempos.
SVTV was there for the middle school concert and the IHS concert last night and will cover the rest of the holiday shows as well. Be sure to tune in to SVTV to see all of the winter performances airing throughout the season. That's all we have for you tonight. Thanks for watching and be sure to tune in next week.